Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ride 2 here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here, and in today's video we're going to be testing out another bike from the Rising Sun Bikes pack, and the bike is the Yamaha MT10 ABS. Now we're going to be doing a first experience on this in a race, and then we're going to be testing it against another bike in the same category. Now if you watched yesterday's video guys, we did two bikes from the same category. One had slightly higher stats and it lost in the time trial. Now the bike I'm going to be choosing against this one is going to be in the same category. The stats may be slightly different, but as you know guys, the high stat bike didn't win, so it's not always what you've got to look at. So it's going to be a really interesting video. I hope you enjoy it. Please give it a thumbs up. We're going to quickly check out what this bike is like once it's fully maxed out, and then we're going to get straight into a race. So here we go guys. Right guys, I customised the bike. Now it does go up to 738 performance points, but I slightly lowered it for this World Tour event because it was up to 720. The only thing I downgraded was the braking power, so every other stat will be the same once it's fully upgraded. So we're going to get into a race now guys, test out what this bike is like, and then we're going to do that special event against another bike from the same category. So we're going to get straight into this now. Here we go. Right guys, in today's video I thought we'd do a road circuit for this race, and we're going to do a road circuit for the time trial. Now we're going to be racing in first person, and we're going to try and mix it up. Everyone keeps asking to change up the view, so that's what we're going to do. So let's see what this bike's like. So it has got decent acceleration, so I'm expecting it to be pretty decent, so that's not too bad. But it didn't have a great top end. Hopefully that won't affect me too much. Oh god, invalid record there, made slight contact, but you can't really avoid that in the races, but I can see why they put it on for the time trials. And so far the time trials I am starting to push myself a little bit more and keep it nice and tidy, just so we don't get that invalid record. Again, there was slight contact just back there, but just trying to get a nice line through there. A little bit of contact again, you can't help it through these sections. Oh god, just feeling it into those sort of corners. It doesn't feel too bad. Hopefully we should be okay in this race, but it's the top end where it didn't look very good. I think it was only 7.9, which isn't very high. Oh, we got a nice speed through there. Can we get in there? Slipstream. Oh god, don't go into the back. I had to back off slightly there, otherwise I would have crashed. But hopefully we should be able to get past him in this section if we get a nice line. It does feel very smooth into the corners, so that's one thing I do like about this bike so far. The handling feels pretty good. We are on the standard settings. We haven't adjusted anything, and that's how I like starting out in these videos. And that's not too bad. We've gone into the brake. Oh, the braking power has been downgraded. Oh god, I felt a bit of contact there. I think someone just crashed into the back of my back wheel there, but luckily it didn't knock me off. It just gave me a little bit of a moment at the back, but we've managed to get through there. It's understeering slightly, but like I said, we haven't adjusted any of the suspension settings, so we're just feeling what it's like on the standard settings. And that's what we're going to do in the time trial guys. We're going to do the same as we did in yesterday's video. We're going to do one lap on the bike without any setting changes, put a lap time in, and then make some adjustments, and then see what time we can get. And then we're going to be putting it against another bike in the same category, and just see which one is the best. Now I've actually got an idea which I'm going to throw in at the end as well, but you're going to have to wait and see what that is. But I'm going to try and just change things up in these videos and keep them nice and fresh, and keep you guessing what's coming next. Right, let's just try and hold it through here. We are doing really well. This is a very stable bike on the standard settings. It's feeling really good. It is understeering, but you just have to keep using that front brake to get that front end turned in and not overdo the back. It just feels a little bit wiggles around a little bit as you just put under a lot of braking, but that's just the suspension compression. You just got to be careful with that, especially if you haven't adjusted it. Oh god, nice and tight into there. Be careful, we don't want to be crashing into the wall there. And held the speed through there and accelerate. Now this thing isn't the quickest on top end, so that may be a factor in the time trial, but we will have to wait and see. But like I said, you do one lap on the standard, and then we can maybe adjust the gearing for the second lap just to get that lap time in. But the bike it's going up against is one that I've done a couple of events on in a previous video, and I know it's pretty good, but they are in the same category. They're really close in performance points, and you will get, when you race these bikes, they will come up against each other. So I am putting it against a bike which it will come up against in the World Tour event, so I'm not putting it against a bike which is just going to absolutely annihilate it. So it's got to be on a level playing field, and that is exactly what I've done. Right, we're coming to the end of this second lap, and we're still holding this, and this has been a pretty good first experience. It's feeling pretty good. The only issue is the understeering slightly. The back end, the suspension would need an adjustment. but it's nothing that you can't play with in the race. I'm finding it pretty good and stable, so let's just try and hold it through there, and we're coming to the last lap. Let's try and finish off this race, and then we will get into that special versus time trial, which I love doing, and we're going to be doing loads of these, guys, with all the bikes on the game. I mean, someone has asked for a superbike one, which we will be doing, so that will be coming very, very soon, so don't worry, guys. I just wanted to concentrate on the DLC bikes, as this pack only came out last week, and we pretty much tried all of them out. I think there's only a retro bike I didn't try, but let me know in the comments below if you want to see some retro bikes. The only reason why I didn't want to do videos on them is obviously because they're not as quick. I don't know whether you find those sort of videos exciting, but some people like the retro bikes. We can do a video on them, just let me know in the comments below. Right, let's just try and hold it through here. Let's not muck it up. We slowed down slightly through that section. Yes, we have. We lost a bit of time to slow it down. Let's just try and be nice and smooth. We might as well be careful and try and bring this home and get a victory. And I'm actually feeling quite confident. We're going to be doing the time trial on one of these road circuits, but we're going to go for the shorter version, and we're going to see if we can come out victorious on this bike, or is the other bike going to win. But you will find out at the end of this race which bike it is that we're going up against, and the thing that I was going to throw in as well, but you're going to have to wait and see what that is. Right, let's just try and hold it through here, nice and smooth. Slow it down, don't lose it. And we have dropped about half a second, but we had a decent enough lead to be able to do that. Sometimes, yeah, you do tend to back off on the last lap just to be safe, that you don't muck it up and you bring that victory home. Right, oh god, let's see what I mean. Just feels a little bit awkward when you change direction at the back, but hopefully with a bit of an adjustment that should be okay, and we get a victory. Now that's not a bad first experience, and it's a good new bike to add to the game. It's not too bad, but we will be doing our overall rating of the bike at the end of the video after the time trial. But now, guys, we're going to jump in and we're going to see what we're coming up against in this special trial. So hopefully it's going to be good, but I cannot be sure what sort of result we're going to get. Is the highest bike stats going to win, or is it going to be the lower bike? We will find out, so here we go. Right, guys, so this is the Yamaha MT10 ABS fully maxed out, and as you can see, it takes it up to 738 performance points, and as you can see, guys, it was only the braking power that I lowered for that race. Right, let's see what we're up against. And it's an Aprilia, guys. This bike has got slightly higher stats, and the performance points are 767, but it's in the same category. So will this one beat the Yamaha? We will find out, so here we go. Right, guys, this versus time trial is going to be on the club circuit version of that circuit we just raced on, and we're going to keep all the stats the same. Right, so what's going to come out on top? Is it going to be the Yamaha, or is it going to be Aprilia, or is it going to be the wild card that I'm going to throw in at the end? All these bikes are in the same category. Which one's going to come out victorious? We're going to find out. Right, guys, so here we go with the first lap on the Yamaha. So we put in one lap without making any adjustments, and then we make a few adjustments, see if we can better that time, and we do the exact same on the Aprilia. But there's a twist, guys. I'm going to throw in a wild card, another bike from the same category at the end, and it's only going to get a one lap chance to see if it can beat these two, and that is what I'm going to do in this versus today. So let's see if we can just get this lap in. It doesn't feel too bad. We've already done a lap round the same sort of circuit. This is the shorter version, so we should be okay. We know this bike handles okay. The thing that I think is going to let it down is the top end, but we will find out, because yesterday's video, the bike with the lowest stats came out victorious just because of the handling. And that's what could be the thing that's going to put this bike up the top, but we will find out. So it maxes out on about 147, 48, but we can adjust the gearing for the next couple of laps, so we can improve that slightly to see if we can better that time. But let's see what time we get. Feeling confident this is going to be pretty good. Holding it through there on the standard settings, and turn it, don't hit that wall, and that's not bad. So that's just get to the end of this lap, see what time we get, and then we can try and beat it with a few adjustments. It needs a few tweaks here and there. So that's the first lap put in. That's slowed down. That's end the time trial. And we will make a few adjustments, and then we're going to go back out and see if we can better that time. So the time set is 1:09. So that's not, it's not amazing, but it's a platform. So we're going to make a few adjustments and then we're going to go back out and see if we can beat that. Right, so let's see if we can beat our last lap time. So let's slow it down into that corner. Feeling a lot smoother now after a few adjustments. We've changed the gearing slightly to give it a better top end. Hopefully we can get that lap time down. So the first lap we did was 109, which wasn't great. I'm pretty sure we can smash that. So hopefully we can in a few laps. Now mostly we're going to do about probably 4 or 5 laps on each bike. And then we will throw the wild card in for its 1 lap shot at trying to beat both these two, but it might not get anywhere near them, but I'm gonna just throw it in anyway. So we're doing much better on this lap. Hopefully this will be our fastest lap before we jump on the Aprilia to see what that can do, and that's taking the speed only up a few miles per hour, changing the gearing, so it wasn't a great deal, but it helped a little bit to gain a little bit more speed. Right, we're up on the time here, so this feels pretty strong. Hopefully this will be my fastest lap. And nice and tight again. Felt a lot better in the turn after those adjustments, so definitely made an improvement, and hopefully it will get us that better time. So what time are we going to get? So we hit a 107.3, so that's much better, almost about 2 seconds quicker than the first lap, which is absolutely brilliant. Is that going to stand up? So we ended up doing another 3 laps, so overall we did 4 laps on the Yamaha. Is that going to be enough to hold up against the Aprilia? We're going to find out. So we're going to jump onto the Aprilia now, see what that can do around here, and then we're going to do the wild card. So let's get straight into it now. So here we go. Right, so here we go on the Aprilia. Now, this has amazing stats. And if you race the Yamaha in one of the tour races, you're going to come against one of these. So that's why I thought it'd be best to keep the bikes in the same category in these trials. So let's see if this one can win. Now, it already feels a lot quicker, and we're on the first lap. We haven't made any adjustments. Is it going to beat it first time, or is it going to be nowhere near? You never know. So it feels pretty damn smooth, but oh god, the back end wanted to turn, pull round there. But we will do a few adjustments and a few more laps on this bike to see if we can better that time. Like I said, we do about 4 or 5 laps again on this, and we will see which one comes out victorious. Oh god, it was really tight through there. It has a greater top end, but we're on the first lap, so it's already top end is quicker than the Yamaha, fully maxed out on the ratio, so we can make this one go slightly quicker. So I'm feeling that the Aprilia is going to come out on top, but we will find out. Let's get a nice line through there, slow it down, be nice and smooth. And that wheel wanted to go up there, but managed to control it. And I do think the Aprilia has already beaten it. Let's get to the line and see what the time is. And it puts a 106. Oh my god, it's over a second quicker than the Yamaha, even without any adjustments. So there you go, guys. But this is the thing, you come across these bikes when they're in the same category, when there can be massive differences in performance. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a few adjustments, do a few laps, and we've still got the wild card still to come, guys. Is the wild card going to beat both of these? Who knows? The other bike is a bike which you're going to get in the races against these two as well, guys. It's in the same performance points, and the stats pretty similar as well. So let's get straight into a couple more laps on this Aprilia, and let's see if we can even better that time. So here we go. Right, so we just hit a 105.2, so we have beaten that time. That's absolutely brilliant. I think for the last couple of laps have been in the 105s. We're going to go one more lap to see if we can bet that time again. But after making a few adjustments, the Aprilia is feeling pretty strong. Oh god, I'm just overreacting on that corner. That slowed me down a little bit, but hopefully we can recover. But it feels so much quicker into the turn. The acceleration is so much better. The top end is absolutely brilliant. Now we've adjusted the gear ratio. It maxes out on nearly, let's have a look, nearly 170, no, 163. So it was only slightly quicker changing the gear ratio, but it's still a hell of a lot better than what the Yamaha is. Nice and tight into the turns, holding that speed. Oh god, I had a moment there. That was my fault, just trying to full throttle it a little bit too early. But I managed to control it, at least front wheel up, and it still feels a lot quicker. I'm making all these errors. This bike could probably go a lot quicker. Let's see what time we get. and over the line, and we hit a 105 again, 0.1. Quicker, but only just. But I reckon you could do a 104, maybe even quick on this bike. It is definitely a lot faster than the Yamaha. But we're going to get into the wild card, guys. The wild card is another, like I said, another bike in the same category. Less performance points than the Aprilia, and the stats are slightly lower. But it's one that seems to be very strong on this game. And as you can see, like guys, on the laps, the last 4 laps were very consistent in the 105. So this bike is a very consistent bike. Right, we're getting straight into the wild card. Is the wild card going to blow these two away? I'm not sure, so let's get straight into it. And my wildcard bike is the Super Duke, guys. It's in the same category again, 757 performance points. Is this one going to come out on top? We're going to find out. So we get straight into the trial. Right, so here we go with a lap on the Super Duke. So the Super Duke only gets 1 lap, no adjustments, and we're just going to see if it gets anywhere near the other 2 bikes' times. I'm not sure. It's another bike from the same category, guys. It does have a higher CC engine, but you do get these in the same races as the other 2 when you race them. Right, let's slow it down into this turn. Oh God, went into there a little bit hot. Oh, so I've already made a mistake on the Super Duke, but is it going to recover? Who knows? Right, this is where I think the Super Duke is going to be really powerful, and it does have a really good top end. I'm not sure whether it was slightly superior to the Aprilia or it was about the same. Let's see what it maxes out on. Now, we haven't made any adjustments. Yes, the top end is a lot quicker, nearly 170 miles an hour. So that's where we're going to gain a little bit of time, slow it down, but the handling's pretty good. Now, we've made no adjustments to the Super Duke, but it feels pretty damn good into the turns. It's going to be very close to the time. Now we need to beat a 105.1. Is the Super Duke going to beat that time first time with no adjustments as the wild card? It's going to be close, guys. Coming to the finish line. Oh my God, this is so close. And it does! The Super Duke, the wild card, wins the time trial. 104. Can you believe it? Without any adjustments, guys. It's just unbelievable. I just thought I'd throw this one in. I didn't even think it would win, guys, to be honest. I thought it'd be close, but it did without any adjustments. Unbelievable. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now we're going to get into a quick summary and a rating of both those bikes that we trialled in today's video. So here we go. Right, guys, so I'm going to give you just a brief summary of these 2 bikes. Now, the Yamaha was a little bit of a letdown in a few areas, especially the top end. Let it down in the race and in the time trial. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's definitely not the strongest in this category. Now, the Aprilia was slightly better, but still not the strongest in this category. I think there's going to be a few that are stronger than it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Still very good bikes to try out, but definitely, like I said, not the strongest in this category. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you soon for some more right here on this channel.